Jeff, can you dig into the data a little bit more for us? Because for anybody who hasn't seen it, you and your team really compiled a bunch of different data sets to sort of illustrate the story. Can you just talk to us about one that sticks out to you?
Well, the fact that the interest of Americans in terms of thinking that race is a priority is almost back to what it was before 2020. It shows the challenge. And also, you can see a significant increase in the way Asian people feel unsafe, despite this era where everyone's supposed to be recognizing the need to be, sort of more equitable and think about, be more careful about how we. It seems like in some cases we've kind of we went through this really trying time and we kind of shrugged it off as a country now and are saying, well, we dealt with that. And that's the risk always with these kind of topics.
I want to point out some data that we saw from Ariel Investments. This idea that a lot of U.S. workers, more than half of white male workers and nearly half of white women workers, believe that there's too much attention to race. And part of this is because employees don't trust that corporations are actually moving forward and doing this because of social reasons, but that a lot of this is just PR. What do you find in your reporting?
Well, that is pretty consistently been the message, even throughout the last 2 years, that there are many executives who say, oh, yeah, this is very important, but, okay, enough. We have other things to focus on. This is getting too much attention. We've done what we need to do. You see it in where women are sort of settling in the boardroom. Companies have decided 3 is about right now, and kind of that's what happens. Is it's just a new ceiling. People figure out where can they go to get away from the pressure. When they get there, they tend to move on to the next issue that they face pressure on. So that's sort of this issue. Is if there's no pressure, people tend to move very slowly on this topic because it's uncomfortable, it's difficult, and like those statistics you just said, there's a lot of mistrust as to what the motives truly are.
Yeah, and when you even look at some of these other points, Jeff, it's really sort of stark. I mean, Shanali and I were talking about poverty and unemployment, but also home ownership. I mean, it is uncomfortable to talk about how much worse it's gotten, but the reality is it's gotten a lot worse.
Yeah, when you went through, if you were a person with a decent income going through the last couple of years, you probably came out doing better. But if you were an essential worker, for example, or somebody who got laid off, you lost your house, you didn't have a 401k, you didn't get to take advantage of what happened with the markets, you're worse off significantly now. And the inequality is growing. And COVID was not an equalizer, not at all. So we have all these different headwinds that were introduced. And now we have, in some cases, kind of starting over.